Okay. Let's do it. Okay, so today we're doing something completely different than usual. So, where is it? It is right about here. Let's turn it down a little because Instagram's a bitch.
Botrix said Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say, this is gonna be different from the rest. Oh, it's light. Oh, it instantly. Oh, that's kind of cool. Alright, that's kind of cool. I like that. And it automatically clicks to it. Okay, I don't have to click every time. It's kind of cool. Okay. So what I can do. That. Okay. So, closer like that. Okay. Let's see. It's closer to this. No, I'll just put only like this. Put the arms like that.
Nightbot said be a support hero today by using commands like /donation. Maggie Welch said hi.
Hello, Maggie. What's going on? Okay.
Maggie Welch said hi.
Hello. Hmm.
Maggie Welch said NOTHING.
Let's see. Okay. How life is going on for you? Okay. She only sent me one. She just sent me a bunch. She didn't even send me a bunch of references. She only sent me one. She really think I can learn off from just this. Uh, she knows how I work, and she sent me just one. That is so annoying. Okay. I have to use this again. Hmm.
Maggie Welch said hi.
Hello. Let's see.
Maggie Welch said bro.
Let's see here. good.
Shadow Fox 775 said good evening and the sketch is looking amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate it.
Maggie Welch said I apostrophe MBACK.
How do I use this font? Let's see. Welcome back. Okay. That. And then make sure I drop more like.
Maggie Welch said hi.
Okay. I don't know why you keep asking me. Just keep saying hi. I don't know, you're trying to troll or something.
Maggie Welch said OMG. Maggie Welch said UARESOMEAN.
Oh, you keep saying hello. I don't know why. I don't know if you're trolling or not. Okay, the arms are like this. Okay, we're gonna clean this up. This is nowhere close to being done. This is just a concept right now. So right now, none of this is set in stone. It's just
Maggie
to make
Welch said hi.
it's just to make a just an idea right now. Because I don't know how this is actually gonna turn out. So robots is not something I do, but we'll see.
Maggie Welch said many.
So this. Oop. There we go. Hang on. Don't want me too many. Just square.
Maggie Welch said WHATAREYOUDOING.
Where are you? Where am I? Where are you watching from? From the YouTube? think. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should make it a little more small. Yeah. Here. Grab it like this. But I think the neck is a little bit too. Okay.
Maggie Welch said UAREDUMB.
Okay. Okay. We can go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, using stupid font and saying stupid things over and over again. Goodbye. What a dumbass. I don't know what's your problem. That's the very reason why I don't really mess with the bot half the time, because we have dumbasses like this. Dumbass.
Maggie Welch said hi.
Um, stupid. Okay, you're a problem. I personally use stupid fonts. I don't know what's your problem. Just like to be difficult for the sake of being difficult. Change in the sand, waves in the fan. Let me go, I heard it. Okay. Why did she give me this? I'm like, why? Why did you give me this reference? It's a horrible reference. Okay. Why a robot? knows I don't do robots. But you picked the robot anyway. I wanted something, I want it all along. Somewhere I belong, I will never know.
code.casteLabs.caffeinated.app.docs.chat.viewer.event_message.rich_message.attachment.
I will never be anything to break away from me. I'll find myself today. Yes. I wanna let go of the pain. Hello, Ari. Let's go.
NAPMASTER said, can you say happy birthday to my friend Nick Kurtdale?
No, sorry. I only do it for my subscribers. You know what? Fuck it. Happy birthday, Nick Kurtdale. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a happy birthday. It's not like I got a lot going on anyway.
Ruski said, hey, I'm back.
What's up, bro? What's going on? Okay. I was about to say, what the hell?
Gorgeous Goal said hey. Bright Roclo
Bright
said
Roclo says good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, hey. What's up, Bri? What's going on, bro?
Risky said I didn't get to watch the whole stream yesterday.
It was best you didn't, because that shit went left hard. That went hard. Like, hard. Okay. I kind of like these models instead. Wait, what am I making into a female one? Let me make just a wide open. Maybe if I shrink it down more like this. Okay. Yeah, maybe I make the waist more smaller. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, like that.
The disappointed cowboy said musical note emoji. Guess who's back again? Shady's back. Tell a friend musical note emoji.
That's good, bro.
Risky asks how long has this stream been going on?
It's only been... It's only been like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I think.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, I can barely hear your voice.
Are you serious? Like, I'm like it's like an inch away from my mouth. What the hell? What's going on? I don't know. Is there something wrong with the mic? There's something wrong with the mic. I hope not. Wait, what's the reference for her sitting? Oh shit, I didn't even ask that question. Fuck. I just realized. Fuck. Is that what she wanted the drawing to be? Fuck.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, either your mic quality is effed up or you just don't talk that much.
Why? Okay. Let me see. Is the mic on? Or maybe your volume's too low. Either one of those things. That's happened before. Many people say that, and then they didn't realize that their mic was on low. I mean, their volume. Either one of those things.
Kofi Streambot said visit Artextric's Kofi page at...
Let me see here. Because my mic is at max. Nothing's wrong with my mic, to be honest. I don't think so.
Bot Rick's official said be a support hero today by using commands like support. Brewski said I can hear you fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably his phone or whatever. His volume's down or something. I don't know. There's no way. We have to show the joints. The joints needs to be seen somewhere. Here and here. Okay, right here. Okay, arms are like that. Pretty good.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric note full volume. I guess it's just my fan, but I can't turn it off cause it's too hot in here. I guess it don't seem to f***ing matter then.
I guess not. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So I can't make it any more louder if I think I'm just sound like I'm screaming half the time. Let's see. Maybe it's your fan. Sometimes the fan can be much louder than you think. Even though I'm using a dynamic mic, I'm literally an inch away from it, so I don't know. Okay.
The disappointed cowboy asks at Artextric, is that supposed to be Zone Tron but baby?
No, I'm not doing. I'm doing a VTubing model for a PNG model for a client. Not really sure why they wanted me to do their P-tubing model as a robot. It's not like something I dabble in. It's not something I'm too well versed in, but well, let's see where this goes. Oh shit. Yeah. Put it all the way up there. Can I move this? No, I can't. Okay.
Risky said I can probably hear you fine cuz my volume is almost all the way up.
Alright. Oh my eye, fuck. Okay. Oh my eye. Oh my eye.
Nightbot said be a support hero today by using commands like /donation.
Okay. So it's looking pretty okay.
Retro Close says eyelash.
Yeah, another eyelash in the eye. Every time, bro. Every time. Okay. It's not looking too bad. I don't think so. It's not looking too bad. You know, it looks like a Metabot. Metabots! I miss Metabots. They gotta bring that shit back. They need to bring that shit back, bro.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, first of all, is it supposed to be a baby or is that just your art style? Cuz if it is a baby, PLS, tone the model down. We don't want predators in this stream.
Bro, leave. I don't know what you're telling me, but if you don't like what you're seeing, leave. And no, it's a chibi. This is for a client. Don't do that. The fuck? Don't do that. What the fuck? It's a robot. Chill. What the fuck? No one said it was a baby. Who the fuck draws babies? What the fuck? I said that no more than like, what, 5 minutes ago. It's for a client who wanted a robot chibi. Like mine. What the fuck?
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, okay, I was just making sure.
No, you don't have to make sure of anything. That is not your job. What the fuck? Can't be down here just throwing that word around. The fuck? You guys don't listen. The fuck? That's a strange place just to run to that instantly. Who draws babies?
Ryuga Samurai said hi.
Hey, Mike. Hey, bro. The fuck? Okay. I think that's how the color scheme is gonna be. She said red, white, and blue. And it has to have wings. I think that's what she said.
Retro Close says like the American flag.
Like the American flag?
Yeah, like the American flag. That's a very weird place to go to. The first thing that came to your head.
Bright Close said
Freedom
Bot.
Bot.
Freedom Bot. And another thing, let me fucking finish the drawing, please. I hate when people do that. Shit.
The disappointed cowboy asks at Artextric, how long have you been streaming?
Are you talking in general or just in this stream alone?
Ryuga Samurai asks today or in general?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, they asked me how long have I been streaming. Okay.
Mayama said I like your model.
It's not mine. It's for a client. But thank you, I appreciate it. Okay. Almost there.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, do you ever feel like a plastic back floating trough the wind looking to start again?
I'm not really sure what that means. Like, you mean like if I were to restart? Like if I were to do things differently? Is that what you're asking? Like if I had the chance to do everything all over again, would I? Is that the question? You're not young enough to know. I don't notice when you were.
Yes, I'm Lily said WSPPPPP.
What's up, Lily?
The disappointed cowboy said it's just standing there menacingly.
Wake you up. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Oh, okay. Make this out more. Like that. There we go. Okay, we're gonna clean up the shoes.
Yes, I'm Lily said INM. I tried drawing and couldn't, so I decided to creep on someone else's work.
When you say creep, what does that actually mean? Just like look and watch, or?
Ruski said, did you end the stream? Cause my phone said you ended stream.
No, I didn't stream. Just to make sure. Just like old time IR. Hey, Mike, what are you doing here on Instagram? No, I didn't stream. Stream's not ended. Just to make sure. No, nothing's wrong. Everything's running just fine. Just as bad as it can be.
Yes, I'm Lily said, essentially yes, loudly crying face emoji. No motivation, so I appreciate someone else's.
Oh, that's not your low-key way of saying you steal other people's work, though. I was wondering that. Like, is that your low-key way of saying you steal other people's work?
Manicold Overisk said BS viewers on stream boo. Remove the space, at Guy92H6.
That's crazy.
Botrix official said be a support hero today.
Nah, took a break
by
from
using
yard
commands
work.
like
Checking
/donation.
Instagram for something to draw later. Okay, I got you, bro. Hey, if you need any help, anything, or any tips over
Ruski
there,
said
Mike, just
okay,
let me
then
know,
my
bro.
phone glitched.
That's beers one. Okay, whatever. Essentially, yes, no motivation. I appreciate. Okay. Yeah. Phone glitched. Baby on the rack.
The disappointed cowboy asks at Artextric, do you free time for people to suggest you stuff, or are you too busy right now? The disappointed cowboy said right.
I don't take suggestions. The suggestion just becomes a commission. The only time I do suggestions is when I'm asking my whole community when I put out a post or something, or a poll or
yes,
something.
I'm Lily said I know that's not what I meant, face with tears of joy emoji.
Because the way it was said, I was not too sure what that was. It was the way it was said. It was not like, I'm not saying you're doing that. It's just the way it was worded. That's usually what people like do, kind of like. It was like, oh, I couldn't draw anything or do anything original, so I just steal other people's work. That's pretty much what they kind of do. So like when you said that, I was like, wait, is she being outright with that? Is she being honest, or is she just saying that she
Ryuga Samurai said lol.
No attack on your behalf, though. It just made me laugh a little. It just made me laugh a little bit. The way I like, creep. I don't know. Is that a weird way of saying trace? Oh man. But no attack on your. I'm pretty sure you're just here to look up the stream. But thank you though. I appreciate it. Trust me, I don't draw mecha all that much, or robots. It's very rare. I mean, like a rarity, but since this was a commission, and they really wanted me to do their character, their PNG character, I was like, fuck it. It's not like it's a VTubing model, where I have to intricately separate each part from each other. So.
Yes, I'm Lily said I didn't try lol, I am just watching nah aha.
I got you. Yeah, but I don't take suggestions free. Either if someone's trying to suggest to me, I just make that a commission. So I have them pay. For them to pay, you can send a gift, and that gift will be a sketch only, no color. But if you want a full-fledged commission, you have to go to my commission menu. Now, what I mean by this is, say you want a sketch, say you want me to do a drawing of a character.
Nightbot writes 3.
Say you want me to do a drawing of a character, right? And on stream. So for you to get that, I will have to turn this on.
Ruski said lol face with tears of
right
joy
there.
emoji.
So if you're on YouTube, you see the gifts right there. You have to send the number of gifts to get full body, half body, or headshot, based on how many gifts you give on that. So like you have to give one full body is like 1 rocket. The second one is 2 guitars, and the headshot is 1 trophy. Those are for YouTubers, for YouTube users who want to see a gift and get a sketch. It's only a sketch only. This goes both traditional and digital. But if you want a full-fledged drawing with color and all that stuff, you have to go to my commissions.
Sanity asks, hey, how are you?
Hello. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. But if you're on TikTok, it's the same thing, but different gifts, same price. They're all the same price. If you're wondering if they're different prices, no, they're the same exact price amongst both of them, so no one's paying higher than the other. So if you're wondering that, there you go. No, I took a break from your. Okay. Let me say hi to him. Just
The disappointed cowboy said, too bad I live in a third world country frown.
Sorry about that, bro. It's alright. Okay. I should really get into digital, 3D, 3D art, 3D art. What do you call it? Blender, whatever the fuck it's called. Yes. I wonder if there's more money. I'm pretty sure you make more money if you make a 3D version, a 3D like VTubing, PNG, like PNG VTubing, and then
Yes,
3D.
I'm Lily
Tuber.
said Blender is infuriating.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Ruski said bye. The
All right,
disappointed
later,
cowboy asks at Artextric, what art program do you use?
Clip Studio Paint. That's my main thing I use for everything. Clip Studio Paint.
Ryuga Samurai said Clip Studio Paint. Ethan asks, hey, what tablet is this?
XE Pen 22 Pro, I think, if I remember right. Still trying to remember the name. I'm still used to my old one. I used since 2015, so it's like kind of weird to say a different name.
The disappointed cowboy asks
Same brand.
at Artextric, is it free?
No. No, it's not. It is not free.
Yes,
not that I know.
Lily said Clip Studio Paint is actually great. Not free though. I'm broke.
Nope. You have to pay. I think it. Sadly, for those who are now getting to it, you guys are way late now. It used to be just one set price. Now it's a subscription service at that point. The only reason why I don't pay the subscription service because I was already grandfathered in, and I do not care for any of those
The disappointed cowboy said, well, it.
what do you call it? Yes. I don't use any of those other annoying features, those 3D features. I'm pretty sure they're helpful, but I don't like them. I like doing things traditional as best as I can. Just a stubbornness, to be honest. I don't really want to use the 3D models and all that stuff.
Yes, I'm Lily asks, do you mean all the like 3D bases?
Wait, what was the question? The question was, hold on. You mean like all 3D bases? Yeah, like making 3D models. I might do that. I wonder if it's more money. If it's more money, I'll definitely jump into it eventually. But I gotta get these tutorials out of the way
The
first.
disappointed cowboy asks at Artextric, what free art program do you recommend for beginner artist?
I think there's a few of them. I think there's Krita. I think that's free. Krita with a K. What was the other one? I think Iblis Paint is free. I think. If I remember right, I think that's free. Never used them, but I know of their existence. I think there's Fire Alpaca. I think that's free too. I think those are the only free ones I can think of right now.
Yes, I'm Lily asks, Krita made my laptop crash. I think that was Amy problem to lol. Have you griped Clip Studio Paint's animation side?
No, I don't. I've did a little bit of animation on Clip Studio Paint. I prefer Clip Studio Paint animation methods, but like because I don't want to pay the 200 plus thing, and I think you have to pay a subscription to use that. I was like, fuck no. So what I did as an alternative to this is I downloaded Flip-a-Clip. I just never have time to do it yet, but I will probably use Flip-a-Clip for a time, understand the basics of just like doing animation, and then probably move back to Clip Studio Paint. There's other free programs you can get other than Flip-a-Clip. I think for animation, I think what's it called? Tune something, not Toon Boom. It's called Tune something. I can't. What an apple? I forgot what it's called. It has a picture of an apple. Can't remember. Tune something, but it's not Toon Boom. It's something else. Because it's free, I believe. But it's pretty good. But it has like a learning curve though. So if that's something that's gonna be like a pain for you, like it's an expected learning curve, but what don't you have to learn in a form of a curve when using a new program. So if that's not something that really bothers you, then get that one. I can't remember its name, but it'll come to me. I don't have time to look it up right now because I'm working right now for my client. Okay, there we go.
Yes, I'm Lily asks, Toon Squid.
No, it's something else. It's called Tune something with an apple. It's a green apple with a mustache as a logo, but I forgot what it's called. It's Tune something. I forgot. It's really. I can't remember what it was called. I used it before. I tried to get into it, but that was back on my old computer, and it couldn't do shit because it didn't have a good graphics card and stuff. It was my old mundane computer.
Yes, I'm Lily said I learned to animate on Flipper Clip. It's great NGL, but now you have to pay for quite literally everything. Or watch tons of ads. Much easier than using CSP.
Oh, for real? Fuck. Wait, are you using the phone or are you using the computer? Because I'm using the computer version.
The
Is there a
disappointed
difference?
cowboy asks at Artextric, how did you find your art style?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I have found it yet. There's nothing to find because, like, I explained this the other day to potential students. Um, there's no such thing as finding an art style. Either you get one based on understanding of the 8 fundamentals, and if you master the 8 fundamentals, you will get an art style. Because the art style is basically the understanding or the complete understanding of how you, as a person, cultivate based on what you know on those 8 fundamentals. It's just a handwriting. Like, think of it like when you're doing your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, when you, depending on what country you're from, or
said I
what
just
characters
look up
you
full
learn.
art trace and keep drawing it over and over again.
You can do that, but that's I would say that was the poor man's way of doing things, because doing it over and over and over and over again, it's like drawing the same. Like, you're eventually gonna get like a, I wouldn't say arsa, but you gotta get an understanding of drawing that one thing over and over and over again.
Stace underscore the underscore face
The
said
fastest
people
way,
have art styles before that tough.
like the best way to do that is to understand the 8 fundamentals. Once you get those 8 fundamentals down, you can actually cultivate 2 things.
Kofi
One, an art style that is identifiable, understandable, and not looking synthetic to a degree or looking too similar to someone else's. You have something of your own, and if you do that, it will benefit you in the long run. I'm still learning the 8.
Lily said I use Flipper Clip on an iPad for the sake of travel. I'm pretty sure the prices transferred to PC too. I still think I'd rather use Flipper Clip than CSP because in CSP it takes up a ton of your workspace.
It does, depending on how big your canvas is and all that stuff. So yeah, I understand. But like literally your art style is hinged on the idea of what you're good at understanding. Now, a lot of people, some people cultivate art style faster than others because they have better understanding on, they intuitively understand certain concepts. So like what took me 6 hours to get might take you 6 days to get. What takes me 6 years might take you 6 months. What takes me 6 months might take you 6 days. So everyone's different in that sense. So that's why when people ask this question, like, how long did it take you to get to X, Y, and Z? It's a pointless endeavor to ask because, well, first thing, because I'm good. Say I'm good at I'm good at drawing, but I suck at color theory, right? But you're good. But you suck at drawing, but you're good at color theory.
The underscore face said
Everyone's
finding
different.
an art style just references to people taking what they like and applying it to their own art.
Yes, that does work, but it also comes from the idea of of understanding like anatomy, proportions, foreshortening, perspective, shapes, forms, all that stuff. So you're still learning those things, but if you're just using references, if you're just using references and just mindlessly drawing, then you're just putting yourself more work. That's just the just gif of it. You can strong brace your way through that, but that's up to you. But that you're just gonna make your journey a lot longer. And if that's what's easier for you, go for it. But the easiest way is to understand these concepts and focus on each one and master them each. And then as you master each one within the 8, then you can cultivate your own thing without putting so much years and work.
Lily said, well, that depends. Some things you physically can't learn in a time period and you'll need way more practice.
So it comes from the idea of practice of these 8 fundamentals. So what will take, you might get shape and form faster than someone who's doing it like perspective. So your idea of perspective might take you 6 years, but it might take someone 6 months to understand shape and form. Another person with shape and form might take them 6 days, and then another person, that same person,
The
might take
disappointed cowboy
6 months to a year.
What do you think is the easiest way to get better at line art?
The easiest way is to learn line hierarchy. You need to learn line hierarchy and understand when to thicken and thin. I think that's where a lot of... Oh, and another thing. Master your gestures. If you master your gestures, your line art won't be ass. A lot of people always ask this... Oh, and also flipping the canvas. A lot of you don't like doing this.
Suplover says I'm a go drink my wallpaper bye-bye.
Drink my wallpaper bye-bye.
Alright.
Yes,
but
Lily said I have multiple different art styles and it's insanely annoying. I'm not quite sure how that happened.
I wouldn't... okay.
Bright Clothes says
K?
I don't think that's... Okay. You might be good at, let me say... Okay, let me ask a question. When you're doing these so-called art styles, are you using reference by any chance? I think I know what's happening here.
Stace_the_face said you are talking about art progression, and the progression of an art style.
Yes, that's pretty much what a handwriting... art style is pretty much a handwriting. That's literally what an art style technically is. It's a identifiable handwriting to a degree. Shit. Oh.
Stace_the_face said I have multiple art styles too. TBH, I have multiple art styles too. Stace_the_face said WTH.
Do you use reference when you're making your drawings?
Stace_the_face said why did it say it twice?
I don't know. Do you use...
Yes, I'm Lily said nope. No references. Some days it's semi-realistic and others it's similar to a TBHK style. I should try references though.
Then I don't think you have an art style. What is happening...
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, what's your fav band? For me it's the Black Eyed Peas and Gorillas.
I don't think it's an art style that you're having. I think what you're confusing is the idea that it's erratic because it's not... Your art... The so-called art style that you're focusing on is erratic because it's not refined. So, like, for instance, if you're not using any references, right, but you're getting like a semi-realistic, then an anime, and then this and that, that's not an art style. What that proves to me is that it's like how can I explain this? It's like 1 minute you can draw... It's okay. You remember that situation where you're at school and you're kind of doodling, you're not really putting effort, but the drawing's coming way better than you think, but you're not putting a lot of effort, and it looks really good for some odd reason. So you're like, okay, this is looking great. And then when you try to draw something on purpose, it looks like, I wouldn't say ass, but it looks not as good as the thing I use wrong.
The_face said people can have multiple art styles too.
It's possible, but then again, it's like, it's not something you can just cultivate like that, in the sense of, like, if you're personally, like, okay, let me put it this way. If someone asks you to draw in, I don't know, My Hero Academia style, then if you have good understanding of fundamentals, you can see how Horikoshi draws. You're looking for certain aspects of that, certain components of that art, that line art, and you can copy that to a degree. That works. But when you're just not using reference and you get like an anime like type
Lily
style,
said it looks semi-ass lol.
Yeah, so when that happens, that's not meaning you have an art style. That means it's erratic because it's not found, the foundation is not there. That's what I'm saying. So what it is, it's like what's an example I can use? What is it? I can use example. I forgot. Because I had a student who said this same exact thing.
Stace_the_face said, yeah, like the Studio Ghibli trend.
Yeah, it's okay. So let me Can I use example? So like,
the disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, how do you keep art fun without feeling like you want to kill yourself?
Just don't overthink about it. Don't overthink it. I gotta think of an example. Because I had a student who said this exact same thing. At first, it was too stubborn to admit it, but like when they listen to what I said, they say, "Oh, I get what you were saying now." A lot of people like to say they have a bunch of art styles when they don't really have one. What's happening is that they draw randomly and erratically, and then they get different. Like you get like a very semi-realistic, then you get like an anime, and then you get like a cartoon, and then that's not art style. That's not even art styles. What's happening is that you're mindlessly drawing with the idea of foundation being intact. So 1 minute one drawing looks really good. 1 minute one drawing don't look as good, but it looks decent. Then the art style looks really realistic, semi-realistic, anime.
Said I have a specific style for chibi realistic, and my style that I use the most, that I would say is my most iconic.
And then usually what identifies to me, to most people who are beginners, is usually when they focus on art styles way too much.
They have different inspirations for their drawing. They're trying to learn.
Yeah, if they're learning, that's one thing. But if they're not using references and saying they have an art style, that's a whole different story. Because I can say I have an art style too if I'm just not using reference and drawing a bunch of things and then coming differently in different aspects. So that's what I'm saying. The reason, like, okay, let me put it this way: if I'm drawing with no reference, right, and say I draw like Goku, and then I draw like this robot, and then I draw like, I don't know, Gojo, and I draw like a animal, they're gonna look very similar, even if they are different mediums I'm drawing. You're saying like look at a bunch of like professionals. Most professionals, I know when you're a professional when you don't focus on art style, because most of the time they don't focus on that at all. Because they kind of figure out, like, ask any professional or anyone that you know is famous, they ask the same question. I remember this Prokopinko went up to like Ross Draws, Sam Draws, who else? Ethan Baker, so many different YouTube artists, and they ask the same question.
Asks at Artextric, what's the difference between anime art style and manga art style? Yes, I'm Lily asks, all right, think I'm getting what you're saying. Any tips in that case, lol?
So what I would say to the tip is to focus on where you are most weakest. So like, say you're good at really a shape, right? Shape means literally 2D shapes, right? But you're good at form. Form is just meaning 3D aspects of using light or lines.
Said, sorry, I have to leave.
All right, later, bro. So if you're good at those two things, great. The next thing you should worry is gesture. Now, if you don't have any problems of stiffness of drawing your character in stiffness, the next thing you should move on to is foreshortening. And because foreshortening is the poor man's perspective. That's literally what that is. Foreshortening is the poor man's perspective. It's the introduction to perspective. Okay? And then if you're really good at foreshortening, knowing what big and small, distance and depth, the next thing you should move on to is perspective right after that. And then when you get actually knowing that, no, do foreshortening and do balance. Balance is basically flipping the canvas. Understanding that you're flipping the canvas on a constant, and not when you do the sketch and then you do the flipping. A lot of people do this. They want to do the whole sketch and start flipping it and then make adjustments. You're giving yourself more work. What you're supposed to do is say you draw a head. Flip, 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 flip. Does it look good? Does it look good on left? Does it look good on right? Do they mirror? Then you go to eyes. Flip, 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 flip. Mouth. Flip, 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 flip. Nose. Flip, 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 flip. Ear. Flip, flip, flip. You know what I'm saying? You don't do the whole sketch and then start flipping it. You're just giving yourself more work. you'd be surprised how fast you get work done faster, even in the sketching phase. So when you start doing the line art phase, it won't look like shit, or it doesn't. You don't run into this situation where a lot of people say, "Why does the sketch look great, but my line art looks ass?" You know what I'm saying? Because one thing, the gesture's probably off. The second thing, the you didn't flip your canvas so it looks off and it looks lopsided. The third thing that might be happening is line hierarchy. I'll get to that at the far end, but because it's not as important right now compared to the others. So you go from foreshortening, flipping the canvas, which is balance, and then the next thing is perspective. The reason why you want to go with that is because when you're flipping the canvas, you want to make sure that the perspective's in check, because understanding the horizon line, the placement of the horizon line, where your eye is seeing, what you can see and what you can't see. That is very important. Your first, your second, your third, your fourth, and your fifth perspective. That's all you. I suggest if you know perspectives from 1 to 4, you're good.
Artextric, I always struggle at shading cause I sometimes don't know how hard or how light the shadow should be. Yes, Lily said there's also the sake of needing someone to see what I'm doing and showing me where I need to learn lol. I'm working on finding an art teacher, but he reads no oni. Overall, drawing is crap RN.
Well, I am an art teacher, so I do give this to my students. But the thing is about that is like what's the next thing? Oh, so after perspective.
Stace_the_face said I really have trouble with the face with perspective. Foreshortening a plane that has eyes and a nose, mouth, and ears always takes me hours to fix.
Yeah, that's good. But let me see who's saying this. Just to make sure I'm not confusing anyone. Stace the face. Okay. That's why I always tell students to focus on these things, because a lot of them do this thing where they gaslight themselves saying they have an art style when they can't draw a hand. And you must be wondering, but I can be really good at drawing heads and have an art style. Yeah, I'm not saying that's not possible, but then again, we as humans want more than what we expect us to have. So like, if you're good at drawing heads but you suck at drawing hands, it's eventually going to get to a point where you want to draw hands but you don't want to draw heads anymore, because it's not as expressive as with a hand and a face. You know what I'm saying? So this is why the art style thing is such a, I think, is a problem for beginners or even people who's been drawing for like 3+ years or even 4+ years, because they focus on that because the art style problem is
Risky
about.
Said, sorry if I'm not paying attention. I'm hanging out with my friend.
That's fine, but like the art style thing is an indication to everyone to tell them I'm special, my drawing's different. Well, not my drawings, but my particular way of how I draw is different from everyone else, so therefore look at me. I suggest for majority of most beginners to stop focusing on that. You should focus on your technical skills, because if you were focusing on your technical skills, which I'm referring to the 8 fundamentals, you will have an art style by default, because if you draw something long enough, you will cultivate a form of art style. But if you don't have any form of foundation, it's going to be erratic as shit. So even if you know how to draw a face, it's going to look... like, say you draw a face, right? Like a face from the side.
Lily said, so everything should flow together.
Yeah,
like, say I've got realistic faces, anime bodies, and wacko hands. You're not focusing at things as a whole.
Because like what's happening is you have to
said yawning face emoji.
You have to look at things in different aspects of itself, and then it's a big puzzle piece. That's what it is. And then from what I was talking about from perspective, after you understand perspective to a degree where you can understand where the horizon line is in a visible sense in your head, the next thing you should move on to is composition. Composition is basically, for most people who don't know what that is, it's just the idea of framing, how to frame something interestingly to tell a story without giving too much context. It's enough context to give you a sense of what's the keep interest of what's going on without telling you. You know what I'm saying? It's like the show but not tell type thing in a lot of anime when they want you to be interested in something that they're not outright saying, but then again, it's going to be important in the long run. That's pretty much what that is. So they'll have an object in a 3/4 quarter type framing, and that object's going to be very important to the story later on. They're not going to put it directly in the middle because, well, they do that sometimes, but they don't do it all the time. They want you to have an interest in what the object, the person, the character is, or where they're standing, or have some kind of significance. Composition is very important. If you're doing like backgrounds and all that stuff alongside with characters, or even if it's not technically a background.
_the_face said, as an animator, yeah, I totally get that.
So, after composition, the last and final one of the 8 is proportions. Now, I know a lot of you may ask, wait, why are you putting proportions at the far end? The reason why I do this is because if you put proportions at the very beginning, what's going to happen is you may draw things very accurately, but if they don't have any sense of flow, meaning gesture, so that's why I don't put proportions at the first 3. Because if you start proportions instantly, you're going to have something looking accurate, but it's going to look really boring and stiff. I learned this a long time ago when I was trying to learn anime and stuff. I try to draw like faces, and I try to draw them as accurately as possible. Then I started realizing there was no sense of movement. It was lacking flow, the line of action, all these things. And this is why you should learn the line of action first before you start doing the idea of accuracy based on proportions, because proportions just means accuracy. So when someone says your proportions off, they're saying the accuracy of that particular body part or that particular part of whatever you're drawing is off, of the anatomy of it. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be like a car. It could be a monster, or a mythical creature that people are very aware of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, or like a dragon, for example. I'm saying, or a dinosaur, which is more real than you think. But the point is, other than that, those are the 8. Once you master those in a way that you don't feel you don't feel incompetent to do, or you feel scared to do, that means you have a full sense of mastery. Now, a lot of you might ask, how long should I focus on these things? Well, that really depends up to you. 9 times out of 10 as a person. If you feel like you're at a point where you said, okay, I understand perspective, for myself, I'm going to move on to something else. That's good. That's fine. But be honest with yourself and say, if I were to be quote unquote commissioned for something, would I buy from me? Ask yourself that question. Would you buy from you if you was a customer? Now, I know some of you are going to say, I'm not trying to be no freelance artist. I'm not trying to be no animator. I'm not trying to be no professional. I get it. But I'm just saying, and just put it in reference, in perspective. If you know your drawing is good in your head, would you buy from yourself even though you're not trying to be a professional? Whether you're being a hobbyist, would you buy from yourself in that sense? Bro. So later. So like, it's like that. But you don't have to be a professional or want to be a professional. It's just to evaluate if you came to a point where you say, okay, I feel confident in my skills, whether it's for hobby stuff or whether it's for work stuff. So you can still ask yourself this, even if you're not trying to sell art, whether it's for artwork or you're trying to be a freelance artist or some type of animator, or you're trying to get work for a studio or a commercial work enterprise, doesn't matter. It's just the question alone. Do you think you're at a point that you understand this fundamental to move on to the next one? That's the question. If you cannot answer it in the sense of like, no, I will not buy myself, keep working on that one fundamental till you can say, yeah, I can buy for myself. I will buy for myself with confidence. And even if, like I said, you're not trying to be a professional, it's just to evaluate that you have come to a point that you said, okay, I have understand this. I understand the fundamentals of shape all the way down to foreshortening. And I'm confident enough to say I can do these things in that aspect. Now, I'm weakest from perspective all the way to proportions. Now, I need to focus on those things. That's what I'm saying. That's it. I'm not saying to become an animator. I'm not saying to become a professional. I'm going to keep saying that over and over, because I had a student that kept on focusing on that particular thing without listening to what I was saying. For some odd reason, she was not listening to me at all. And then when she finally listened back to the video, she's like,
"The disappointed cowboy said sleeping face emoji."
So what it is. So that's pretty much what that is. So focus on your technical skills. Do not worry about no stupid art styles. Trust me, that's gonna be more of a ball and chain to you than you think. It's gonna be a massive ball and chain. Once you say fuck that,
I'm Lily
you
asked,
will have
so
one.
do you have a specific order you recommend?
You have a specific. Let me see. Yes, if shape. Write this down. Shape in this 8 fundamentals in this particular order: shape, form, gesture, foreshortening, balance, meaning flipping the canvas, uh, perspective, and uh, perspective, composition, and proportions. And then as a bonus round, line art. I don't consider that part of the 8, but it is important, so add that as a 8 plus. Line art should be last at the far end, as a form of bonus, but officially it's those 8 from shape all the way to proportions. And then you can add line art as a last and final thing to worry about, because usually when we are all doing the drawing,
Lily said art
and then art line hierarchy, and then once you get all those technical things out of the way, then you can worry about color. That's something way different. I didn't even add color as like a fundamental, because a lot of people can't draw in general, or they take longer to draw because they're trying to focus on things like art style all damn day. I'm gonna have to do a YouTube video on this. I will make a YouTube video on this explaining why this is a detriment to a lot of beginners or people who are claim to be experienced, because the only thing they focus on is art style all the time. That tells me the lack of real experience of our amateur like responses, because a lot of
the disappointed
professionals don't worry about that.
Artextric, you done?
Okay, dude, I don't know what your problem. Why do you keep asking me this? Why do you keep doing that? This is my stream. But someone asks me a question, I'm answering it. Please stop. What the fuck? If someone's a chef and someone's asking a question to the chef how you make this, and the chef is explaining how they make it in a way for the person to understand, why the fuck are you asking me if I'm done? The fuck? Shit. Alright. So, anyway, I hope that helps. Any which way. If you have any more questions, I can probably answer them. But, I don't really answer most questions unless they're to my students, but I'm open to answer some questions for today since I'm doing my commission here.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, damn sorry, I just didn't know there were more steps to art.
Yes, what the fuck? What you
yes.
like, bro?
I'm
like,
guessing you post teaching type things? Or
yes,
do you have a second channel? Sri,
no,
I'm talking a lot.
It's on the same channel. You can just type in my name. I literally give tutorials
Ryu
on
the
these
Samurai
things.
said nah, same channel.
I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? I'm an art channel. What do you think? People ask this thousands of times. You've been here, I think, long enough to know this. What the fuck? Person, like, it was 2 people asking these questions. It was asking questions about art style and how to draw on X, Y, and Z, and if you want to put in particular, I'm explaining this to them. I'm not just talking, yapping to myself. If I would, I'd just stay quiet and just listen to music. But they asked me a question. For one who says this, you're always saying that I don't talk, and I'm talking to the people who ask me this, and you're asking me if I'm done. The fuck?
Guitar underscore est said hi. Ryu the Samurai said just tap on his PFP. Guitar underscore est said hey bro.
The irony. Hey, what's up, bro? No more than like probably an hour ago, he was asking, do I talk? I don't talk
yes,
much.
I'm Lily said I've only joined a stream once before, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. No, not you. I was on the cowboy, because he's been here before. So it's kind of wild to me. He's asking me if I'm talking. Like, how long I'm going to be talking? I'm like, bro, you was just no more than an hour ago. You was asking me if I talk at all. saying that you couldn't hear me. Now I'm yapping my ass off, answering questions. All of a sudden you ask me if I've done. The fuck is this kind of shit? The lack of self-awareness on that. It's not coming out too bad. I think I can make some changes on this. Let's see here. Alright, so she now sends me all this shit.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric anyways, sorry, I just woke up, my brain was barely functioning.
Okay. I'm just saying, dude, I'm not trying to crash out or anything. I'm just saying, like, it's wild how people ask me one thing, and then I'm doing that thing, and then they ask me why am I doing it. It's like, the fuck? It's like when people come in... It's like when people come in my stream and they ask me, why do you only draw women? Because you're in here. Because the reason I draw women is because it brought you in here. It's like, why don't you draw men? Because if I draw men, you would not be in here. Because it was the woman that brought you in here. Now I draw men, no one's around. See, I'm drawing this robot thing. There's only been 2 people the entire time of me streaming this. On TikTok, 1 on Instagram, and probably 3 or 4 of you on YouTube. If I was drawing a big busty anime bitch on the screen, a bunch of you would be in here, ask me 1,010 questions. Why am I drawing this? This is a great drawing. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It's like the irony. The same people are complaining about it will be coming here to complain about it. But when I'm drawing the thing that they want, they're not around. It's equivalent to the people who complain about,
more small cafe said me.
About certain games and stuff, or certain movies don't have representation. But those same people who keep asking for representation don't go see that fucking movie in the first place.
Ryuga Samurai said meep Mora.
It's like the what was it? The Marvels.
More small cafe said meep Bry.
When people went to go see the Marvels for Marvel, a bunch of bitches was complaining that a lot of men didn't go see it because it was being misogynist. But those same women told those same men, don't go watch it because it's not made for them. Why the fuck would I go watch something that's not made for me? And then when they didn't watch it, they said, wow, a lot of people don't like women.
Cowboy asks at Artextric, what does meep mean?
Just meep.
Yes, Lily said if you don't like it then don't click it for loudly crying face emoji, folded hands emoji.
You see, that's crazy. And then they get mad at the same men. And what's funny, they said specifically to white men.
Said be a support hero today by using commands like
the
support.
Irony is that
Ryuga Samurai asks why are there burgers at Burger King?
Right, and then they got real specific and say this is not made for white men. The irony was, more white men went to go see the Marvels than any other man of race of man. Plus, not only that, women didn't go see it. Less women went to go see the Marvels than the white men they told not to go watch it. Make it make sense. The white men went to go watch the Marvels, but the same women of all races did not go see it. Which was directed by a black woman, had a Pakistani woman, a white woman, and a black woman as pretty much all the leads, have superpowers and stuff, and more white men went to go see that even though the movie still bombed its ass off. Make it make sense. I like robots. The robot brought me here. See? Ella gets it. Ela, I think it's Ela. I think I'm saying that right. Ela said it on TikTok, on Twitch, Instagram. I like robots, so I came to see the robot. That's all they care about. And that's awesome. I love that. Because you came here for the robot. But don't pretend that you have a problem with me drawing a busty anime girl that brought you in here in the first place. You don't like it, leave. For instance, I don't like playing World of Warcraft. You think I'll go into a World of Warcraft stream saying this is ass? Why the fuck would I do that?
More small cafe said wait.
Why would I do that? That's insane. Only a moron will go into something they don't like to complain about something they don't like for something that was not forced upon them in the first place. That's stupid. I love fighting games, so I will go and watch fighting games. Why the fuck would I watch World of Warcraft if I don't like it?
Cafe said the reference lol.
Well, what's wrong with the reference? Oh, no. Don't you think... No, this is off my head. No, it's not a Metabot thing, if you're thinking that. Because since you didn't give me no fucking...
Yes, I'm Lily said I just knew you were good at drawing, so I clicked lol. It's
See?
like clicking and asking why's the art guy drawing?
Right?
Sun emoji, sunny underscore star emoji, said don't worry I'm here. Cameron and Lizzie said ate the art. Cameron
Thank
and
you.
Lizzie said I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, it's fine. It's crazy how I get a lot of those type of people that come to my stream. They'll ask me why am I drawing this, and then when I'm drawing the thing that they claim they want me to draw, they're not around.
Milovic said sup.
And then what's wild is like I remember
Small Cafe said OMG LOL.
Like someone from I think it was a couple of days ago. Someone came in my stream.
Cafe said Sri loudly crying face emoji.
Someone came in my stream and said
today by using commands like /donation. Mora's Small Cafe said I forgot to send them to you. They was in my phone.
It's alright. I'm looking at them now. I'll apply them. But someone came in my stream and said, "Oh, dude, why are you drawing this? Why are you drawing this female? Or this is weird." I'm like, "How is it weird?" Because you're drawing a female. Like, why? Because she's in a bikini? Yeah, that's weird. How's that weird? Like, would you rather me draw a man? And he said something around the lines of, you drawing a female in a bikini is different compared to drawing a man. I'm like, wow,
emoji,
it's really different when I draw a dude in a Speedo compared to a woman in a leotard type outfit with leggings, a mask, ribbons, and gloves. But when I drew a dude in a Speedo, that's okay.
Cafe said okay. 3.
That's weird. So you have no problem with me drawing a dude in a Speedo, but you have a real problem with drawing a character who's already presented like this.
Said, and he left.
And he left. Bro didn't even argue with me. He just left. He couldn't explain why it was different. There was no difference. And plus, it's not like I was drawing her in a particular pose. She was standing. She was literally standing. It was a fan art of Pop Step, and she was not in a bikini. She was in her signature outfit.
Cafe said to cute sparkling.
So, she was in her signature outfit from Vigilantes. I didn't put her in no bikini. I was just redrawing the character.
Cowboy said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we effed up."
So, that proves how much, if I draw females, it brings in an audience, but it brings all types of various of people. Plus, not only that, it just, sadly, sex sells. Women are just more, like, attractive compared to, well, anime women are more attractive than anime men, so therefore, it just is what it is. I'm not saying there's no attractive anime men. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're just, anime girls are just way more attractive and brings more of an audience. That's why you can see more anime girls in marketing than you see anime dudes. Anime dudes are more marketed to young boys.
Can you do it in chibi for mortal?
Let me see. What should I say? This is chibi form. This is not full.
Yes, I'm Lily said person shrugging emoji. I suppose people just want the attention of proving a point.
I know, and that's a bad thing. And I think that's an American thing. I think that's more American than it is. It's the sake of just arguing for the sake of the argument. It's not even for what they're arguing for. And that's a scary thing. And that's happening a lot. And I think a lot of universities are now are finally waking up to this nonsense, where there's a lot of people who are at these universities arguing for the sake of the argument. They're not even arguing because they have a real problem. They're trying to resolve an issue. They're arguing because they can, and because they think they can get something out of it that is free, that they usually wouldn't get if they didn't say anything. So I think that's what the activism is saying. And this is why a bunch of these universities are now getting rid of these activists, because they're just a cockroach. They're just a cockroach. They're cockroaches. All of them. Majority of them are cockroaches. And sadly, some of them don't go to some of those universities pretending to be a student just because they think they'll get something out of it by messing with these universities. It's wild.
Morris Small Cafe asks, sorry my phone messed that up. I was asking, can you do that in full or is that too much?
And what? Can you do it in full or that's too much? It's not that it's too much, it's just that I'm not too well versed in doing it in full, but I can try. I only dabble mostly in chibi when it comes to these VTubing models, but I don't know, that's gonna be more money though. So I don't know if you want the chibi version still, or you want the full thing. Waiting for me. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. Sucks.
The disappointed cowboy asks at Artextric, have you ever played Carnivores as a kid?
Carnivores? No, I never know what that is. Never heard of that before. Actually, that's my first time ever hearing that term. Well, not term, but I know what a carnivore is, but I'm just saying, like, a game? I never heard a game like that. To be quite frank, it's 5-something. I think all that practice is really paying off. The drawing's a lot more easy to see.
Noob 400 said hello.
Hello. And I with you.
The disappointed cowboy said at Noob 400 welcome.
Okay, there we go. Almost there. There's gotta be some changes here. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. Meow. Okay. I'm gonna erase in here. The one thing I like about doing this is that what I do on one side, it happens on the other, so I don't have to go on the other side and fix that too. It just happens on the other side. That's what I like about using the what do you call it? The whatchamacallit tool. I've been thinking of changing my VTubing model. Probably updating it. I should update it though. And this time pick a actual theme this time.
Mora's Small Cafe said, I want the full look, but if you do mainly chibi, so do what you think is best.
Okay. There you go. Let me see. This.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, it's basically a shooting game where you hunt for dinosaurs. I personally played the mobile version as a kid.
Oh no, that's not like Turok. Does anyone remember that? Does anyone remember that game, Turok? It's like a dinosaur first-person shooter. Like, I mean, you're not playing as a dinosaur. You're a soldier fighting dinosaurs. It's not Turok. I remember playing that for like 360. It was like I guess it was like a reimagining version of it. Because it used to be for N64. I only played it the 360 version.
Ryuga Samurai said yeah.
Yeah. Turok. I'm not gonna lie, the fighting in that, and like fighting dinosaurs in that game was pretty brutal. You can actually like stab up like a whole dinosaur, or not a dinosaur, like those little raptors, and you can just stab them up and stuff. That was like kind of crazy, kind of shocking to a degree.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, I heard of that game but never played it.
Yeah, I should give it a try. I only played the 360 version, so I'm not really sure if they have it for like Xbox One. I'm pretty sure it's for PC. Since I play on PC, I'm pretty sure it's on PC. Okay, PC. Yeah, I think it's on PC. Yeah. The game used to be really popular on N64 days, but I don't think it was as popular when it came to 360 though. I don't think people was too happy with. Maybe it was the direction, maybe it was the game itself.
Yes, I'm Lily said went on pin to find a ref but ended up forgetting and scrolling.
I gotcha. Okay, we gotta get off around. More, do you want to make any changes to this? Remember, I'm not. This is not the full thing. This is just a. This is a sketch. This is not even the full thing. It's not in line art or anything. This is just a concept.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, I thought it was for the PS1. Maybe I am just thinking of another Turok game.
No, it was for 360 at one point, but oh no, 360. It was for N64 at one point, but I don't remember. I don't know if it was on PlayStation. I don't know if it came to PlayStation, but I know it was on 360 way back when. But it came on N64 a long time ago. You know what? Instead of bringing back the what do you call it? Not Wii U. What is it? The
Risky
Switch.
said came back.
They should have. You know what they should have did? They should have brought back the GameCube. They should have went back to the GameCube. Honestly, for Nintendo. You know how many people went crazy for the for the GameCube? Oh, that would be awesome. I don't think it should. I think the Switch should be like its thing, but then again, like they should have like a GameCube with a Switch integration or something. I don't know. I think consoles are pretty much dead at this point, but like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about consoles anymore, to be honest. Because consoles are trying to be more like phones, and I hate that. I always get so hyped for new consoles back in the day. Like, what it's gonna look like, what it's gonna do. Mostly based on how it looks. But now it's just kind of like, eh.
The disappointed cowboy asks at Artextric, have you ever watched Walking with Dinosaurs as a kid?
No, never watched it. Never heard of it till like a couple of days ago. I think it was you or someone brought up that the other day.
More a small cafe said, and the body is a bit too round, but since you said it's a concept, check out the references I sent you and I think you'll get understanding of what I'm looking for.
Okay. Because this is not set in stone. This is a giant concept. Or at least what it's gonna probably look like. Probably. Because it might look drastically different. We just use it as a form of base. Because, you know, I don't really draw a lot of robots, so. Okay. Okay, see.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, it's basically animal documentaries but with dinosaurs. Risky said, K, I'm back.
Isn't it a cartoon?
Novely Rainy said hi.
Isn't it like somewhat of like an educational cartoon like that? Like documentary wise, but like educational for kids. Or I'm just wrong.
More
I'm
Small
wrong.
Cafe said tiny sparkling version before she gets her final form.
Yeah. I'm just cleaning her up so we can what the overall size will look like and everything. them try to hold you up all those times you've gone. Question: was the pole supposed to be standing in the first place? I'm thinking sick. Trying to hold you up those times when gone. Okay, that. Thank you for the likes.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric it's not a cartoon, probably it uses CGI.
Oh, okay. Okay, I've never seen it, so yeah. Okay. Okay. Use CGI. There we go. On. Did I do that wrong? Why should I have our hands open or closed? Okay. We're almost there. Well, kind of, sort of, not really. This might take a 2-day. This might be a 2-day thing. It might be a 2-day thing. This is going to be an easier job to do because I don't have to worry about skin. I think that's why I took the job. For those who don't know, I'm doing a PNG tuber. So it's not a VTubing model, it's a PNG.
Risky said sorry, I was busy.
It's alright. Oh shit, I did that backwards. Okay, did that backwards. Okay, let me... Come on, darling. Okay, let me do that again. Oops.
Mora's Small Cafe said there are different types of Seikashia Rainmaker. 3.
Hold on. Oops. Did you want me to do this thing standing or a particular pose? Because like, I didn't even think about that. Sorry, I can't follow more than this. Have a good day. No problem. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, like that. Oh God.
Mora's small cafe said standing is fine. We'll most see Kara classic models.
Did you not have like an idea? Did you not want us? Did you want a particular pose or no? Let me have to change all this then. Well, I'll change it because like since this is just a concept sketch, at least I know what it looks like from the front.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, damn that was a loud koof.
Sorry.
Mora's small cafe said no particles pose.
No, what? Nope. No particles pose? What does that mean? No particles? What do you mean by that?
Mora's small cafe said the only thing that's asymmetrical about my character is her wing. She will have a medical symbol on her left wing.
Okay. Does she have lips? She has lips? Wait, let me see.
Mike has said koof.
Are those lips or her mouth open? I can't tell. I can't.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, wow, the hand looks so smooth, it totally doesn't look pixelated at all.
Actually needs to be a bit bigger. Looks a little too small. I think the arms are a little... Okay, hold on. Oh, no. Okay, let me grab that.
Ryuga Samurai said hi Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Mike has said hi Bri. Mora's small cafe said no lol grinning squinting face emoji.
Okay.
Mike has said hi Mora.
I just realized this thing just turned. Okay.
Mora's small cafe said meet Mike.
I think the arms are a little too small.
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, sorry if me English not good, English not me first lasagna.
It's okay. You're fine. Shit. I think the arms were a little too elongated. We can fix that real quick. Go. All right. Okay, after this song, we're gonna listen to some actual videos. Oops, I just realized. So damn lonely.
Fallen Night Violet asks, hi, I teach Elena's Mile. I played modded repo today. It was so fun and easy. You want me to send you the code for the mod I used?
Hi, Teach. I played modded repo today. It was so fun and easy.
Mora's Small Cafe said, best follow the look of the red and white references. Bless the shoulders is a bit narrow. Rick's official said, be a support
so
hero
it needs to be
today
thicker than that.
by using commands like /donation.
Like this long? He said narrow, so maybe fatter. Yeah, like this. Oh, hon, what did you use to mod your stuff? Cause like I'm kind of scared to do modding. I've never done modding before.
Mike Kaz asks, is stream stuttering for you guys too?
You guys are having stream stuttering?
The disappointed cowboy said at Artextric, I like your cheesy art style.
Thank you. Thank you. This is supposed to be this big?
Erin Ikes, I said, smiling face with open hands emoji. Fallen Night Violet said it was this app my friends uses called something like Thunderstorm. Mora's Small
That's
Cafe said
time.
yeah.
That's the second time. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Addy said, hello humans, I cannot stand
Hello.
long, and yes, in fact your model is low. Kofi Streambot said, visit Artextric's Kofi page at. Addy said, lagging.
My model? What do you mean like lagging? Is it like stuttering?
Mike has said, hi Addy. Ernie
says wait.
Addy said, hello Mike. The disappointed cowboy said, damn, the stream be on life support. Erin Ikes, I said,
Ernie says, why it's showing I'm a hero.
Yes, you do. You have hero status. Hold on. You guys saying you're having issues, but hold on. What the fuck?
Mora's Small Cafe said yes.
Ernie says I'm a god first off, not a hero lol.
Oh. Oh shit. Hold on. Is it?
Mora's Small Cafe said, I think the whole stream is shuttering cause I can't see you when you're telling me if the shoulder's as wide enough. The disappointed cowboy said bye.
Let me fix it. I think I know what's causing issues.
I wondered that too, and hi Aaron.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop kick.
Code.castlabs.caffeinated.app.doc.chat.viewer.event_message.attachment. Code.cast because you can a hero.
Code.castlabs.caffeinated.app.docs.chat.viewer.event_format.tts.rich_message.attachment.
Ernie
Close, I'm a vigilante at best.
I said at Brightro Close, I'm a vigilante at best, face with tears of joy emoji. Code.castlabs.caffeinated.app.docs.chat.viewer.event_format.tts.rich_message.attachment. Fallen Night Violet said, I want to express how much I appreciate you and everything you do on your streams. You are such a wonderful artist, and your creativity truly shines through in all the amazing content you create. Whether you're working on your art or sharing those other cool things, it's clear that you put so much effort and passion into it.
Aw, thank you, hon. I appreciate it. Yay! I appreciate it very much. I'm gonna get to you in 2 seconds. I just need to answer. Everyone, can you see on YouTube, is it still having issues? Is it stuttering? Is it having problems?
Fallen Night Violet said, I am incredibly proud of you and all your accomplishments. You inspire so many with your talent and dedication. Keep up the fantastic work, my friend.
Thank you, hon.
Your hard work does not go unnoticed, and I can't wait to see what you create next.
Yay!
Nightbot said, be a support hero today by using commands like /donation.
Bright Roclos says at Aaron Ichi lol.
Bright Roclos said at Aaron Nike lol.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off the YouTube and come back on.
Yes,
Hold on.
Lily said, yeah, it's stuttering still. Mora's Small Cafe said it is still shuttering. Code.castlabs.caffeinated